Hey everybody, it's welding day. So I've gotten a whole bunch of parts kind of backed up here that I need to TIG weld today. So I'm going to kind of take you through this, but one of the things I wanted to tell you that I think people don't understand that's so hard about TIG welding is how steady are your hands. Now, if you're 18 or 19 and you've got rock sharp, sniper steady hands, you probably, I don't know if you'll have a problem freehanding it. But I printed this little hand rest here, put it on a tripod, and I can set it by the part I'm going to weld, and I'm always stabilizing my hand. And it doesn't hurt to have a vise that you can kind of twist things around while you're welding, so if you got to get to something, you can move it. So I just want to really stress to everybody that the steadier your hand is with TIG welding, and I'm talking about this for the novices, if you've TIG welded, you know exactly what I mean. You have to have absolutely rock solid, because what happens is when you start that, basically that arc or your torch is going on the TIG, if you dip the electrode into the molten steel, you really need to stop and regrind that. I mean, now sometimes if you've got a weld going and you just dipped it a little bit and the torch still looks good and healthy, the color and the direction that it's working is still solid, you can keep going. But a lot of times, especially with me, if I accidentally dip aluminum, I just stop and regrind it. But the more steady your hand is, the less likely you're going to actually dip it. So we're going to get into this. This is going to be a whole bunch of different parts, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Rock on. Take care, everybody. So the first thing we're going to weld is these AN bolts into the rudder. Now, if you notice, I put a bunch of washers down here and a nut to hold this down here tight. I'm basically going to run a bead right here and a bead right here, and then on this one right here and right here. And basically what this ends up being is a place that the rudder cables connect to for the pull that goes to the front of the airplane. So I just wanted to kind of show you what's going on right there. Okay, everybody, one important thing to make sure is you cover every inch of your body, because last month I did a little bit of quick aluminum TIG welding on my fuel tank, and I forgot to put my long sleeve shirt on, and I actually got quite the sunburn from it, and it's not healthy, all that ultraviolet light that comes off welding. I mean, it's really quite dangerous. So you need to really make sure that you're covering your body and you're not getting a sunburn, because it's very unhealthy. Yeah, I should have had all this set up before I started the video. And here we go. Got my rod. I always start at low amps. I can always turn the knob up. I do have the pedal, which I call my throttle. And got my hand rest ready. Got my pedal down here on the ground. Make sure you hook up your ground, or it's not going to work. And away we go. Get a little bit more amps. But I had to give it full throttle and it still wasn't melting quite well. Okay, it's not bad at all. So now what I'm going to do is take the nylon bolts off I just burned up. Here I got my tool over here. So So now I had nylocks on there, which probably wasn't smart, but it doesn't matter because they just burned up. The heat rises really quick in this. And actually, because they burn up, there's no nylon left in there, so it's just going to unscrew. Get all the washers off there. Awesome. Do all this smoke. Make sure I get all the washers off. Okay, get all the washers off. Yeah, those work perfect. So now what I need to do is on the other side of this, do what I just did. Be able to get in here. Yep, I can. The most frustrating thing about TIG welding for me is making sure all my cables and crap's out of my way so I can actually weld. Beautiful. So I'm thinking I might just go ahead and put this bead all the way around this nut instead of just two sides. I saw a picture on the internet where a guy just did it on both sides, but I'm not sure why I wouldn't put that bead all the way around it if I could do it, and I know I could do it. Okay, so and I'll show you what they look like. I think they turned out kick-ass. And if you look at that one right there, see, that ain't gonna go anywhere. Have a hard time focusing. And this is this one here, that'll focus. There's a little bit of a hole there that I missed, so I'll go back and put a dab in there. But that's what they look like, everybody. I'll be back with more welding in a minute. Okay, everybody, if you remember from my video, I think one before this, AirBike, it was 14 or it's 13, I was talking about how I had to make my own washers to put on the landing gear leg here. And what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to weld them. So if you remember from that video, I said you could slide the washer on, slide on a piece of the 4130 that fits over this perfect. So this is a 5/8 inch shaft. This is a 5/8 inch ID. Slide it on there. Put your nut on there. snug it up. And now that's going to hold that on there perfectly square. I am going to grab a wrench so I can put just a little bit of torque on that. Come on. Yep. Now I'm going to put this in my vise like this. Put a bead all the way around this the best I can. And yep, I should be able to move this around fine. I'm going to grab my stand again so I can get my hand out here where I need it. I think I'm going to sit down to do this instead of leaning over. Make sure I can get in here. And I can. One thing I've learned about welding is get everything set up exactly how you want it. Now, that last weld I did with this, what is it, 16th inch? And this one I'm going to use a bigger rod. Yeah, this is 16th. This is 30 seconds. Now I see some people on YouTube that don't cut these in half, and I'm not sure why they're not. I mean, a lot of professional people I follow always cut it in half because it just makes it a little bit easier, you know, to weld. When you got this big thing hanging out there and you're trying to do your little dabs, to me it just is harder. And by no means, everybody, am I an expert at TIG welding. You know, I self-taught myself in the last 4 months how to TIG weld. And I think we're ready. Oh, wait a minute. I need to ground this. And make sure I get my shirt on. It is strange. Sometimes you'll set up all of this, measure a million times for maybe a 5-minute weld, and then you got to put your shot back to normal. That's the reason I try to save all my TIG welding for when I need to do it all at once. So let's move the old camera girl here. You're not going to be able to see anything, but I'll probably just run this stuff in fast motion. And that's kick-ass. It is kick-ass. Oh, let's get the camera down and show it to you. And that's my nice little TIG weld. I know it doesn't look like the professionals on the YouTube, but that's a damn good solid weld, everybody. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, everybody, this is what it looks like finished. I just pulled it out of the vise and took the sleeve off of it. And you can see the weld there. And I got to be honest, that's a kick-ass weld. I'm not sure how good you guys can all see that weld, but that weld turned out beautiful. Very excited. So I got the other landing gear to do next. One thing to always be careful of, when you've got your gloves on, it's protecting your skin. You've got this like false sense that, okay, there's no heat there. You take your gloves off and take it out of the vise and you can burn your hand. So be super careful, people. See, I just grabbed that and it's hot as shit. So, and I didn't stage that. Holy cow. The nut's not as hot, but that sleeve is hot. So, but no second degree burns there, people. Plus, my skin's calloused up from me burning myself so many times it doesn't matter. It's just, you know, I don't know why I'm just not. I'm so lazy. There we go. She's ready. So this time I'm just going to put it in the vise and barely snug up that tube. And I can slide this around. Well, that's not. It's not moving as easy as the other one did. I guess I can do that. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to drag the. I'm just going to drag it around like that. So I'm not going to make you sit through me welding this one. So the next one I'll do is on my rudder pedals, there are small clevis pins that need to be just barely tack welded in here. This is where the, I've got one here. The aircraft cable thimble, this little guy, this is the turnaround for the aircraft cable. It sits on here. A washer goes on, and then a cotter pin goes in there, or not a cotter pin, yeah, whatever the pin is that you bend back. And I think the cotter pin is the actual one that goes in the shaft, whatever the pin's called. And now I want to know what it is, everybody. It's written down here somewhere. Well, I thought it was. Aren't I just wasting everybody's time today? Cotter pin. Nope, it's a cotter pin. So this will be the next thing we weld. I'm not going to make you sit through me welding the other landing gear leg. Rock on. Okay, we're back. Now I'm going to try and weld in these little suckers, which really, this makes me nervous because these are really small. I've got to turn down to like 45 amps. And I'm going to try to grab the pin on the vise so we'll hold it all together. Also be careful with your vise, everybody. It can be hot too from welding. Mine's not too hot right now. I want this hole lined up a certain way for the cotter pin. So I'm just going to grab it like that. And that way I can get to here, and I can swing this around and get it to here. So let's see what the hell happens. Hopefully I don't ruin this pin. I don't think I can ruin the rudder pedal, but that little pin, and I'm going to use a 16th inch rod. I've got it set at 45 amps, which is pretty low. I think I taught myself how to TIG weld everybody. And something I've learned about TIG welding is a lot of settings people tell me on the internet I try to use, and when I had problems and I asked my welding friends and they say that the people on the internet were full of crap. So I would really suggest you only talk to people that are professional TIG welders. And it just hit me, everybody. I wanted to grind or put a new one in. Sometimes this is where I really burn myself. But it's all right. I have a nifty old little electrode grinder, which you can burn your fingers up pretty easy with it. I'm not sure why this is being so difficult going in. Here it goes. Okay, that's ready. So I just want 2 little bitty welds on this. Try to hold that pin in there. Not sure why it's locking up on me so much. And away we go. I'm trying to get the rudder pedal material hot first, and then the little pin, because it's so thin. And that worked perfect, holy cow. I'll be damned. That worked perfect. That's a bingo. Let me show this to you. That's a bingo. Probably should move my camera, didn't I? Bet you couldn't even see that. Not sure how well you can see that, but hopefully it's focusing. The lighting looks pretty bad right there, doesn't it? Here, let's see if I can get better lighting on that. See if it'll focus. But that's kick-ass, everybody. That's exactly what I wanted. That is exactly what I wanted. So, sorry for this kind of crude video, everybody, today. I just wanted to get stuff done. Everybody keeps asking for more welding videos, so you're getting more welding videos. And hopefully, once I edit this, I can keep it under 10 or 15 minutes. I know I've been going long. I'm super excited about this. This turned out absolutely kick-ass. I mean, to think just 4 months ago, I had never TIG welded except for like 4 minutes. Blows me away. So, cool, everybody. That's it for this video. I'm going to finish this last rudder pedal. Then I'm going to start, I'm not going to do a video on welding on the tube that holds the cable housing. That'll be a separate video because I've got to line up all the rudder cables and everything to make sure those tubes are in the right axes and stuff. So I'll be back, everybody, and thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my videos. Please share them with all your friends. I'm trying really hard to get 10,000 followers. I'm at 3,000. I want to do that in like the next 20 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I would love to do it by the end of the year, have 1 million views. I'm at 930,000 views. And if I could just pick up that other, 70,000 views by the end of the year, that would be awesome. I'm averaging about 10,000 a month, which, if you do the math, I might be able to do it. So, and I know that's nothing compared to like Harry Styles or One Direction or any of those people, but for me being just a little nobody, I think this is pretty fun and pretty kick-ass. So everybody have a great day. I'll be back soon, and subscribe and hit the little bell if you want the updates, and rock on. Be safe, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.